Okay guys, so in this video we're going to go over the different tags that we can use inside of HTML. But before that, I know it gets a bit annoying to save the file here every time and then go back to your browser and refresh. So actually what we're going to do is let's head into the extensions here and we want to search for live server. And you should find this one here, so you can just install that. I've already got it installed here. And once you do that, you may need to close and reopen Visual Studio. And then at the bottom here, you should see an option to run a live server. So let's click on this. And it should have opened up another file here. So this is the one we had originally. We can close that. And this is the one it opened up. It should show you like IP and address up here. And this one is actually live. So now what we can do is we need to resize this window. We'll use this option up here to put it on the right hand side. And then we'll open up our Visual Studio Code on the left hand side. And we'll just resize this so that it doesn't take up a lot of space here. And now if we were to write something in here, some text for example, as soon as we hit save, it will automatically show up over here. So this is the benefit of using the live server extension. And remember, once you're done here, you do have to click this button down here again just to close the server, or else it will stay running in the background. But yeah, let's get rid of this now. So I told you we were going to look at different tags in this video. So obviously we've seen one of the tag, which is the H tag. And as you can see, there's 6 options here, H1 up to H6. And this is a heading tag basically. So H1 is the largest size that you can get. And then H6 would be the smallest. So let's just create that H1 tag. And inside of it again, I'll just write the word, this is a heading. And if we save that, we can see that this is what the H1 tag looks like. So we can also type out H2 up to H6, but I guess you already get the idea of what this does. Let's instead look at the P tag next. So the P tag is actually meant for holding paragraphs inside of it. It's just normal text. Anything you write in here will just look like normal text in the browser. And oops, I accidentally clicked on something there. So yeah, the P tag is just your paragraph tag. It's what you use for like writing articles and stuff like that. And next, let's look at the A tag. So this is how you would create links. So I'll just name this my link, and you'll actually see that this is not working right now, so it won't like highlight when you move your mouse over it or something. That's because the A tag needs a special attribute called an href. So I know we haven't talked about attributes so far, but basically you just put it inside of the opening tag. You type the name of the attribute and then equals to, and then whatever value you need to pass in. So for an A tag, we need to give it an href attribute, that's href, and we need to give it the URL that this will point to. So obviously we're not actually linking to anywhere, so I'm just going to put a hash symbol here. The hash basically means we're linking to the same page, we don't want it to go anywhere. And I'm just going to save this, and now you can see that the underline shows up and we can actually click on this. This is a link now. And yeah, that's how you would create a link. So next we can also look at image, which is img. This needs a src attribute. So this is the source of the image, and the source is basically where about the image is. Usually we'd copy an image into the same folder and then just write the name over here. But right now I don't have an image to show you. The image tag is actually pretty cool, so it's self-closing. That means we don't have an opening tag and a closing tag. we just need to include the slash at the end here inside of the opening tag. And this is called a self-closing tag. So I'm just going to copy an image into this folder just to show you what it looks like. Let me just go to my images here and Inkscape. Okay, let me take this image here. And now I just need to type in the name of the image here. And if I save this, we should see now that it shows an image on this page. So that's how you'd use the image tag. It's pretty cool. It's self-closing. You just need to include the source attribute here. But yeah, I'm going to get rid of this because it's just a bit messy on the screen. The last thing we can look at is the div tag. And this is also interesting because a div tag is basically, it does nothing. Like, it adds nothing to the screen. Even if we put 1,000,000 of these in a row here, the page would still look the same. It takes up no space. But what it is used for is to group things together. So if we wanted to, for example, create an H1 inside of here, and yes, you can create tags by just typing out the tag name and then pressing tab, and this would create the opening and closing tag for you. So it will save you some time instead of typing out the whole thing yourself. Yeah, so what the div tag is for grouping things together. So we can create an H1 and then a P tag down here. And I'm just going to type random stuff in here. And now you can see that it's grouped together nicely. So right now, we don't really have a use for the div tag. But once we start working with CSS and styling our pages, then the div is going to become important because we can group stuff together and then apply all the styling to just this div instead of each element separately. So these are some basic tags that I'm showing you right now. There are also other tags. I'm going to go over the lists next, so let's get rid of all of this. So there's two types of lists we can do. One is an unordered list. So this is just a UL tag, and inside of any list, whether it's unordered or an ordered list, we want to create LI items. So the LI stands for list item, and inside of here we'll just create item 1, and let's copy this and paste it below, and we'll call that item 2. And if we save this and look at it here, this is what a list would look like. So this is an unordered list, so it will just show you this dot here. But we could have made it an ordered list by changing this to OL. And if we save this now, it will show a numbered list. So this is the difference between unordered and ordered. And you can basically just copy as many items as you want in here, and it would just be numbered all the way down. Let's see, next let's go over tables. So to create a table, it's literally just the table tag. And there's a few things we can do inside of here. One is we can create rows. So let's call this a TR. TR stands for table row. And you can think of this in the same way that we did the div before. So the row is basically a container that contains all of the stuff that needs to go in that row. Remember, in a table, we have columns that go all the way down, and then the row is the thing that goes across. So let's see an example of this. Let's create a TD. So this is table data. So, okay, let me go over all of this again. The table is the entire table. The table row is one row going across, and then the table data is what's inside of that row. So I'm just going to write here item 1, and below this I'm going to create another TD, and I'll type in here item 2, and if we save this, we can see that now there's 2 items going left to right on the screen here. And if we even copied that down below and we named this item 3, now we have 3 items. So what's happening here is inside of this row, everything we put inside of here is going to go left to right, all of the table data. And if we were to create another row here, that would be below the first row. So if I just save here, the second row would be below the first row. And this is basically how a table works. Also, on the first row in your table, instead of using table data here, we can use the th tag instead. I'm just going to update all of this quickly to say th. And if we save this, we can see that now these are slightly like bolded. So th stands for table header. So td is table data and then th is table header. Now this may not look that good right now, but remember when we style this up with CSS and stuff, then that's where we'll get a better looking table and stuff. But for right now, we just need to know how the table works. And yeah, I think that's all of the tags that I wanted to show you in this video. There are more tags that we'll look at later on, but for right now, this is all you'd need to know. So I'll see you guys in the next video.